Our next step is to attach the blade arms. Sometimes I call them hinge arms, but it's basically the same thing. That's what these are right here. We're going to attach those to the blades. Now, the last time we saw the blades, they were in raw balsa wood. I have gone ahead and painted mine. I like the color because it makes the rocket easier to find, particularly when it lands on dry grass. The blades don't, camouflage themselves in the grass. The other thing that I notice is that the blades protect the paint protects the blades from the heat of the ejection charge. So if you're not going to paint it, at least paint like the bottom portion right here to give it some protection against the heat from the ejection charge, because there's no wadding used in this kit. So go ahead and take the hinge arms out of the plywood, and the next thing we need to do is to put them through these slots. Now you need to clean out these slots to make sure that that nylon mesh that we glued onto the bottom, which is under here, you can't see it because of the paint. We just want to make sure that this hinge arm will go easily into that slot. So you want to clean it out, and I like to just take this piece itself and plunge it through and kind of go back and forth to kind of loosen it up, just like that. So you want to do that to all three blades. Okay, so now if you'll notice this piece right here, it's got a kind of a recessed area. What we're going to do is going to plunge in this part right here, opposite of the little tooth, in through this slot from the bottom. Then we want to slide it backwards as far as it will go, and hopefully you can see that this is going to go into there, and then this is going to nest up into that little recessed area. Next, we want to make sure that it's perpendicular to, I know this is curved, but perpendicular to the place where it touches the wood. And then on this side, we want this little tooth to stick up just a little bit. This is going to be the hook where the rubber band attaches. And we need to get a rubber band underneath there. So if you can get your fingernail underneath there, that's going to be plenty. I'm trying to make sure that it's nice and parallel to that wood. So pushing it down just a little bit. Okay, so then when you get it to where you want it, just take your super glue and just draw a little line down the side. And we're just going to let that harden. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other two, and we'll be right back. All those hinge arms are attached to the blades. Our next step is to balance the blades. So we're going to pre-balance them. So what does that mean? That means that they all should have the exact same weight, and when we balance them on our finger, they should all balance in the same position. So first, I'm going to take my scale here, and I don't know if you can see the display or not. I want to find the heaviest of the three blades, and that's going to be our sample. So this one right here weighs 1.74 grams. I think I'm in grams, yeah. 1.74. This one is 2.08, so that one's heavier. And then this one is 2.4. So this was 2.08. 2.72, and this was 2.4. Okay, so this is our heaviest one. Now we want to balance it on our finger, and you're going to want to mark where it balances. So I'm going to take this, just stick it on my finger like this, and then just move it back and forth until it balances and it's even. And then I'm going to just put a dot right there. Okay, so now all the blades have to balance at that point. So I'm just going to line them up. So I'm going to line up this edge right here. So this edge is lined up. Here's my dot there. So my next one has to be right there. And do this same thing with this one. Line up my edges. And then it should line up, balance right there. Okay, so this was our heaviest one. And again, this was 2 point, no, it says 2.11. 1.76. 2.38. Okay, so this is the heaviest one. But I think, let's see if this one does balance in that same spot. And it does balance in the same spot, so that's good. So now there's clay in the kit. So we're just going to take a little piece of clay. So this was our heaviest one. So that was 2.39. So I put this one on there, and I want to add enough clay to where it's the same weight. So now I'm at 2.26. 2.38, so that's going to be close enough. So I'll smush the clay together, and so that's going to be my balance point. Now if it balances at the same point, just put the clay right in the middle. But if it balances like over here, which means that this side is too light, then you're going to put a little, or it's actually this side is too heavy. You're going to put it on this side of the line. And you're going to do this on the bottom side. And if it doesn't want to stick like this, take some super glue and we're just going to create a little pad. We're going to wipe that off. And then this will give us a nice spot where it will now stick. So now it's sticking. So again, double check it, make sure it balances in that same spot. And that's good. So then we're going to do our third one. That's the 2.38. This is 1.76. Add some weight. Okay, that's too much. It can be touchy. So I'm going to call that good. Again, I'm just smushing all that clay together, then finding that balance point. So this time I need to go a little bit onto this side of the line. And again, my clay's not sticking, so I'm going to take some super glue, just create a little pad, wipe it off. Now this is adding weight, of course. But you get the point. You just want to stick it there, push it down, and then make sure it balances. Okay, so this is a little high, so I need to push it this way just a smidge. Okay, so that looks good to me. All right, so now we're ready to attach the blades to the hub. So for this, you're going to need those little pins that were on the raft. Now there's extra pins again, but you're going to take one of those pins, and we're going to find our hub, and we're going to slide this through one of the clevises right there. And this one's a little tight. So if it's a little tight, just take a little piece of sandpaper and sand it off, just to thin it up a little bit. right there at the where the hole is. You know, and then the alternate thing is you could take a piece of sandpaper, fold it in half, and slide that through, and just kind of loosen that up a little bit. They are really close. Okay, it still feels a little tight to me. Okay, that slipped through real easy. And then we're going to take one of those pins. My fingers are all dirty, so hopefully you can see this. Now finding the hole is a little bit tricky. You just have to kind of wiggle it back and forth. So if you can see the hole to begin with, that's a good start. Then drop the pin in. And then kind of wiggle this back and forth so the pin goes all the way through, and it should just barely stick out the other side. Now to lock that pin in place, we're going to use super glue. And again, we're going to use thick super glue because we don't want capillary action going down along the post and gluing to the wood because that's going to make it permanent in that position. And we want it to swing up and down. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my finger underneath to hold the pin in place. And then I'm just going to touch just a smidge of glue. To the outside, and that should lock it in place. And I'm going to take a little drop of accelerator, put that on there. Okay, so now it's locked in place. And you can see it still goes up and down pretty easy. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the other two blades, and I'll be back once I get them all on. Okay, all my blades are on. Everything flies up or swings up easily, which is good. Our next step is to put the rubber bands on. So there's the little hooks like right up against the post in the middle. We got to get the rubber band over the top of that. So I got it over the top. And then I want to bring it up along the blade and get it underneath that little piece that we stuck out, like right there. So you can see that it's swinging up nicely. You want to do the same with the other two. So again, the rubber band, it'll split right along the middle, go underneath there. And this one's held down by the string. Okay, that's good. Now, if you want to test it, if you just push it through the air, and it should just start auto rotating by itself like that. So that's good. All right, we're just about finished. Next, you'll fold the blades down, and again, I didn't bring a little hook. But what we want to do is get the shot cord in first. We don't want it to wrap around the blades because that's going to be bad. We want to get that in first and push the blades in. And it should go easily over the top, and there's plenty of room. It's actually pretty sloppy. And then the nose cone goes on, and everything fits. That's really good. There's one more step to do, and that's to trim this to the correct length, and that's going to be in the next video. And basically at that point the rocket is done. So this is the Rotary Revolution. It's from Apogee Components, which is what you've been watching. You can see it's an internally carried helicopter. You'll find it on our website, apogeerockets.com. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's it. So may the winds be light, may the skies be blue, and may all your rockets fly straight and true.